Okay, so I want to sort an array, the given array, in ascending order. Ascending order means, it's a small to bigger, right? That's how we need to sort it. So write a program to sort the array in ascending order. Okay, give an input array for this. Okay, so num array, public void sort array in ascending order. Okay. So just print before sorting, print the array, okay, so that it will be easy for you. What is the array before sorting? So arrays class dot toString method you can use and give the array name, which array you want to print. So then you have to take two for loops because you have to compare, right? First element with the second element, you have to compare. If no first element is greater than second element, you have to move you need to swap both of them because you need a small element in the front. So that's why you have to iterate and compare, then swap it. These are the three steps in the for loops inside. So we have to take one temporary variable for swapping the element. How to swap two elements using third variable I have explained in the non-static methods time. And that logic we're going to use here. Okay, so let's see this first. So int I equal to 0. Okay. I less than array dot length and I plus plus. That's outer for loop. You just represent the right. So the one layer of elements. Now in the second element, you have to get the second element. So second element onwards, you need to get it. So int j equal to I plus 1 and j less than num dot length and j plus plus. If, so the condition you have to put now, if, so array of first element, that is array of I, is greater than array of second element, that is j, then you need to do a swapping. So do the swapping logic. So int temp equal to, so you store the num of I, first element you store there. Then, so in that first element, so you store the second element, that is num of j. So in the second element, you store the first element, that is temporary variable. So this is the swapping logic, simple. So first element you are storing in the temporary variable, and second element you are storing in the first place, and then the second element place you are putting, second position place you are placing the first element. So this is the how to swap two numbers. This is one number, another number, based on this condition. If any first element is greater than second element, you do that. So then you just print it. That will automatically solves. After sorting in ascending order, so arrays dot toString, just give the array name. So which array you want? That's it. See here itself, first element and J, see where you are starting J, second element onwards. You will compare till last all the elements you will compare. So if any element is greater than second element, it will work for you. So the similar, just descending order. Okay. Simple. At a problem to sort them in descending order. That's it. So just simply here, what is the condition here? Just less than, that's it. Only less than similar. Remaining everything is similar. That's it. Any questions?
No, sir.
There are some, no, based on these two programs, there are few more programs we're asking. So that is, you have to find out the second largest element, second largest element, and second smallest element. So I already given the how to find the max element and minimum element, right? For the given input array.
Yes, sir.
So there is another one. Okay, in the given array, which is the second largest element, second smallest element. So they will ask that. So how can you do that? Any approach for you? Any guess how you can achieve? First of all, say second largest element. How can you get it? We don't know where it is, but so as I mentioned here, so you have to apply this sorting first. That's the first thing. So if you do a sorting, and that's going to be easy for you. Whether it is small or bigger, you can easily get second largest or second smallest. It's easy. So how can you get the second smallest? Means which sorting you need to do? Ascending or descending?
Ascending.
Ascending. Descending?
Second, last min value. If we want to find the minimum value, then we can
second smallest value. If you want to find, how can you get that?
First, we need to descending orders. First, we need to do descending order.
Descending order means what? What is mean by descending order? What is mean by
from
descending
last
order?
element to first element. Means sorry, minimum value to max value, sir.
Minimum value to max value descending order. Then what is ascending order?
Small to big, sir. Smaller value to bigger value.
What is that? Ascending or
Ascending order,
descending?
sir. Ascending order, sir. From bigger to smaller value, this is the descending order, sir.
Okay, if I want the second smallest, what approach you need to use?
From bigger value to smaller value, we need to descending.
Then how can you get that second smallest value?
So there we need to get use for loops, sir.
Why
Two
for
for
loop
loops.
again?
By comparing the numbers.
Hey, you're missing basics, clearly showing that. It's so easy. First, I told you need to sort. That first point clue I have given already. Based on the clue also, you cannot imagine. Just think, See, ascending order means small to bigger. So if you want a smallest number, do ascending order. So that your element will be, second element will be the smallest. Second smallest element. That means array name of 1 if you give, you will get a second smallest value. If you want a bigger value, bigger second largest value, you do a descending order. And then same you do array of 1. Automatically, your second element will be the second largest element. Are you catching or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So
Based
that's
on
the
that
simple.
array index,
So
so we can find
try it out.
position.
Try those two programs. Okay. Try those two programs and write and send it to me. So write a program to find the second smallest element in the given array. That's one program. Write a program to find the second smallest element in the given array. Second program, write a program to find the second largest element in the given array. So these are the two programs exercise for you, because this is the same logic you have to use. A small change here, that's it. Okay. Now, let's call all these one by one, okay? So we didn't call, right, all of them. Let's call one by one. So I want to call the return type method. How to call return type method? Return type non-static method in the same class. So what is the formula?
Data type variable
Data
name.
type variable.
Object
Okay.
reference.
So data type.
First, we need to create an object. Then data type variable name equal to
Object reference dot
object
method name.
reference dot
Object
return type
reference dot
return type
non-static method. So we are calling this this method. So random array method, because that's the input for all other methods. So I'm going to call this the get random array method is returning integer array. So the return type is integer array. I'm going to write that. So integer array. Write integer array. So variable name, I'm just putting random array equal to. So object reference is, what is object reference here?
ADOBJ.
ADOBJ. So that's object reference. Dot. So get random array method. See, so this method is returning integer type array. That's what I have written here, integer type from this class. So just call this. So now this method is giving a random array which is stored here. If you want to print, just print it. How to print an array? Simply use the print statement. So random array is. So you can just arrays dot arrays class dot to string and give the array name. The array name is this one, rand array. Simple. See, you can execute this, you will get the random array. See this the one, see 70, 79, 5, 45, 3. So you got the random array. See array, so the elements are stored, 5 elements. Next. So this is my input to my next methods, all the methods. What is the next method we need to call? See this. There are so many methods, right? Get max element. So what is the return type of this method? Integer value. So I can call again same formula. This formula you can use. So the method is returning integer data and max element equal to and ADOBJ dot get max element. So what is the array you need to pass? Integer array. So this is the integer array name, rand array. So I'm passing that as an argument to this method. Now this method is giving what it is giving. It is giving in this array the max element that I'm storing here. So max element in given array. If you want, you can print array. So the array I'm going to print here is arrays dot string and array is plus max element. Execute this. See in my print statement itself, array I'm printing, and which is 95 max element. See in this all these 48, 62, 22, 56, 95. 95 is the max element. Same you do min element. I can directly print in the print statement. I don't want to call again storing in one variable, then I don't want to that. So minimum or small element in array plus appending string plus whatever you want. You can append, right? You can append anything. Is what you need to do. It's not. So you need to call ADOBJ dot get min element. So random. We will find out the random array. Anybody confusing here, or if you are confusing, use this formula. Okay. So here object reference dot return type non-static method. So you can call the return type methods in the print statement, not void methods. Void method, they won't return. So the return type methods, they will give a value. That's why that value I'm printing here directly in the print statement. That's why we will call only return type methods in the print statement, not void methods. Void methods means they won't return. So here is 0 is the smallest. Apart from all this, 0 is the small and that I'm printing. Are we good? Okay. So next, call the next method. I'll calling all the methods. Okay, simply calling all the methods. So next method is so print duplicate elements. Print duplicate elements. So it's going to print duplicate elements in the given array. See in the, so this is the array. In this array, duplicate elements are this one, Java and Python. Only so those two are printed. Okay. Next. So you need to print average of given array elements. So average of array elements. ADOBZ dot get average of this random array. So because the return type method, I can print the value of this method directly, the output of this method. So this method is giving an output, that output I am printing directly with the print statement. So I don't want to store in a variable again. I can call directly a method wherever it is returning 40.0, it is returning the average. Okay, so that is the one. Next. So next method is I want to print ADOBZ dot reverse array in place. So you reverse the array in place. See, before reverse, array is 33, 23, 63, 58, 67. So reverse means these things first, right? That's what 67, 58. Middle one, we are not going to touch that. So 23, 33. So this is the reverse of an array in the same positions. Next, we have ADOBZ dot sort array in ascending order. So random array. So ADOBZ dot sort array in descending order. See, one input array. So this is one. I stored this method output. I am storing in one integer array that I am giving an input to many methods. See, as an argument you are passing. So you can pass n number of methods. You can pass an argument, one variable. This is the local variable. See that? Before sorting the array is this one. Now after sorting, ascending order, 31, 52, 56, 67, 69. Before, so descending sort, the array is, so this is the order. So if you sort, so it will be bigger number first, then this. So second largest means this one. So array of, this is a 0, array of 1 means second largest. Here second smallest means 52. So you can say simply array of 1, second smallest. This is the ascending order. If you do, you will get the smallest. Descending order, if you do, you will get the second largest. Any questions on these programs? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, let's move on to the two-dimensional array, and we'll finish the theory and then we'll come back to this one. Control structures. Let's move on to the. So till now we have seen a single dimensional array, and you can use a two-dimensional array in our Excel sheet wherever you're handling the data. That time you will use this two-dimensional array. So that's why we should understand that two-dimensional array concept. So two-dimensional array is so very simple, same as a single dimensional array. Is almost same. Okay, so you can so basically rows and columns will be there. Here again, rows and columns will be there. So this is the one two-dimensional array. So you are arranging the data in rows and columns, and so the first row and first column. So this is the one cell address. You can see in the Excel sheet also this is the one cell address. If you want this cell address, so row index number, column index number, that means 0, 1. If you want this cell value, you have to call so row number, column number. So row number is 0, column number is 2. 0 means first row, and first row you are iterating all the columns. First row and all the columns. First row, all the columns. And once all columns are over, it will move to second row. So second row, first column, that means 1, 0. So this cell you can fill it. Second row, second column, 1, 1. So this cell address is 1, 1. And this cell address is second row, third column. So 1, 2. And again, second row, fourth column. So that means basically is a 3 by 3 matrix. So kind of 3 by 3 matrix. So this second, so always one row, all columns will iterate. So you need to remember that. That means rows are represented by one for loop. Columns are represented by inner for loop. So that's how you can easily catch this two-dimensional. How to declare a two-dimensional array? Basically, it's a collection of fixed number of elements of same data type arranged in rows and columns. That is the meaning of a two-dimensional array. Syntax is data type, square bracket, array name equal to new data type, rows and columns. Rows and columns. You have to give here number of rows and number of columns you have to give here. And here this is a 3 by 5 so two-dimensional array. So integer two-dimensional array. So 2 square brackets, numbers array equal to new int, rows is 3, columns is 5. 3 by 5, 3 rows and 5 columns. And this one 3 rows and 4 columns. So this is the one. Row 1, column 1, row 2, column, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3, row 1, column 4. So that's how you can give this particular cell address. So that's it. No, other than that, nothing. So let's move on. You can give the rows, you can specify in a curly bracket. See, this is the one curly bracket you mentioned. This is the one row. But columns is 1, 2, 3. And this is the second row. Columns are same. Third row, fourth row. See, this is the 4 by 3 two-dimensional array. So you can mention one row set of values in the curly brackets. And how many are there? That many columns. So this is the, for iteration, you can use 2 for loops. As I already mentioned, nested for loops. And that's the only concept you are using. So let me show you that. See, array name of row number and column number you can do. Row number and column number you can give that. So let's try this one 2-dimensional array. We'll create one array, and then so we can move on to the next programs. So 2-dimensional array. So write the program, we'll see how much time is there, otherwise we'll join back. 3 minutes. Okay, we can write quickly, okay? So data type, square bracket, array name equal to new data type. So rows and columns. So I'll take a, okay, so string array, okay, string. And you can put all languages in this new string, and I'll put 3 rows and 2 columns. So I just created the 2-dimensional array, but I don't have elements. So if you want length, again, same lang, so dot, no length you can. So how can you get the rows count and columns count? So rows count you can get int row count equal to, so array name is a lang of 0 dot lang of 0 dot length. So I'll just put lang dot length, that's enough. So that is a lang dot length will give that. Int column count is lang of 0 dot length. Sorry. So now you got the row count and column count, and use the for loops for int I equal to 0, but we didn't assign the values, right? So before this, you need to assign the value. Row count, just do the row count and I++. We will insert the elements later. I'm just writing first for loops. So in j equal to 0, j less than column count and j++. So here you have to print so lang of so I and z. So you have to use a print method. So instead of println, use print method. And then after inner for loop, just use println. So if it closes, please join back. So we'll continue, okay? And this is the simple, but I need to store the values. Now there is no values here. I'll show you how to store the values in the 3 rows and 2 columns, okay? So after joining back, I'll show you that. And then we'll execute this. So I'll explain row by row. Okay, thank you. See you back.